What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the range. My name is Trey with Ghost Tactical, and today we're going to go with the first 100 shots and initial thought review of the RX Delta X. This is an optics ready 9mm striker fired polymer frame pistol imported by Global Ordnance. I want to send a shout out to Global Ordnance. Thank you for sending this to me. I saw this at SHOT Show and it caught my eye. If it looks familiar to you, I'm not saying it is, it could be similar to a Glock 19X. So today we're not going to put it through the crucible, we're not going to torture test it, we're just going through the first 100 shots of this gun to see how we like it, the feel of it, get our initial reaction to it and all of that. Before we do that, let's take a look at some of the specs of the RX Delta X. The RX Delta X Gen 2 9mm optics ready pistol takes all the great aspects of the original RX Delta and adds to them. This model is an optic ready pistol and comes with several different mounting plates for your RMRs or your dots. The RX Delta X has the 4-inch barrel from the Delta M and the longer grip of the Delta L. Like I said, it is a 4-inch cold hammer forged barrel. It has front and rear side serrations, a polymer frame. It is a striker fired double action trigger system, and it does come with a short reset. It does come with 4 interchangeable back straps, low profile steel sights, a trigger safety, a striker indicator, and a loaded chamber indicator. If the dimensions of this gun sound eerily familiar, I'm not saying that it's a Glock 19X clone. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that a lot of the features and a lot of the design really do resemble a 19X. That said, an old Glock 19 holster, boom. Yes, there are going to be holsters you can find for this gun. If you've got a bunch of 19 holsters running around, not a problem whatsoever. So that's a good thing. I've got a ton of 19 holsters, so we're going to go ahead and use this one on our battle belt for this gun. So to start off, what I really do love about this gun is how it feels. It is really light, and typically I like a heavier gun usually, but this is really light and it feels really good in the hand. Now it does come with interchangeable back straps. There's 4 different sizes. I think this is a medium. It comes with small, medium, large, extra large, or whatever. I think it's a medium or large, whatever it came with. I haven't tried out the other ones yet because this feels pretty good. And right off the bat, I do like the texture of the grip. It does feel really good in the hands. It's aggressive, but it is not going to cut you and all that. Obviously, when you like the way a gun feels in your hand, you're probably going to have more confidence in it, which means you're probably going to shoot it better. So right off the bat, having that confidence and liking the feel of this gun definitely does help. So 2 of the features that are on this gun that I'm not utilizing today are underneath the frame. You've got a little Picatinny there so that you can mount whatever pistol light that you want to run. I typically don't run a pistol light, but we probably will throughout our testing. Obviously, we talked about earlier, it is an optic ready pistol, so it does come with many mounting plates for different RMRs and dots. I don't like running a dot on my gun. Once again, I will probably be using like a Hilux. I got a TD3C that I've got that I'll probably put that on here and see how it does with mounting and all of that. If I can mount it, then anyone can. All right, so some of the other aesthetical things about this gun. Once again, we touched on the grip. I love the way this grip feels. Nice texture and all of that, especially inside here where you really got to get a good grip on it. It does have an ambi mag release. Not a big fan of it right now, I'm not gonna lie. This is the only thing on the gun that I wish they could have done a little bit better. It's just not very big, and I have smaller hands. It's not that I can't get it done or anything, it's just I wish it maybe sticked out a little bit more. I'm sure there's probably some aftermarket stuff that we could probably get in exchange in this, but right off the bat, the only gripe that I have is that mag release. That said, what I do like about how it does with the mag control, this is an empty mag. You get it in, you push that button and it drops. Now I typically will go ahead and give it the old wahoo there to get that mag out. Don't have to with this gun. You just push that button and it drops out very cleanly. It does come with a 17 and a 19. Once again, mag release, it drops right out. With the 19 round magazine, it feels pretty good. So you're getting basically a 19 plus 1 capacity gun in the size of basically a 19X. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the sights. If you can see here, the rear sights are blocked out, which is good. You've got a white front sight. I'm sure that there are going to be some night sights or fiber optic if you want to. I do like these rear sights. I like blacked out sights to begin with, rear sights. So I'm probably going to keep those on. I might change that out and put a fiber optic or a night sight. I do tend to like a fiber optic front sight. That's just my personal preference. But this picks up really well. It's not a problem at all. Not a problem at all, but I probably will go with a fiber optic front sight. Talking about these rear sights, another thing that I really do like is if you can see those rear sights, you can easily manipulate that slide on a belt or whatever. They hold it, they're not going to break. They stick out just enough to get that manipulation going. So I do like that about these sights as well. As far as the slide goes, we talked about the sights earlier, but the slide has serrations in the rear and in the back, which I like. Some people might not like the front serrations. I always like to get a little check right there with the front serrations. So having the rear serrations, the front serrations, I'm digging it. I really do like the way the slide fits. The gun, it's nice. It's simple. It doesn't have a lot of crazy things, but it does have the rear and the front serrations. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the trigger. I wasn't sure if I was going to like the trigger. I kind of like the design of it, but you know, it's a trigger, so let's find out. So when I took the shots, I was like, okay, this is surprisingly good. I actually texted a buddy of mine, TJ, over at Gear Report. Shout out to TJ over at Gear Report. He just got another RX gun. I believe he got the Delta 2 or 0, or I'm not sure which one he got, but he got an RX as well. And I said, hey, you know, what did you think of that trigger? It's surprisingly good to me. And he kind of had the same thing. He says it's a little bit gritty to start, but it worked itself out. I don't find this gritty, so maybe I got lucky. Mine is not very gritty, and it feels good. Now, there is a little bit of take up on here. That's okay. It doesn't hurt anybody. But once you get to that wall and it breaks, it is a very clean, crisp break. Now, let's watch the reset. Minimal. Nothing there. Shoot from reset. Let's watch that reset again. Hardly anything there. So yeah, I am really enjoying the trigger much more than I thought I was going to. Right now, I'm loving this gun. I really do. I have had a blast shooting through the 100 rounds. We're going to put a lot of stuff to this gun. After shooting the first 100 shots, huge surprise. I'm really enjoying this gun. My first experience with RX, I've never really heard of them until basically a SHOT Show. Obviously, first experience. Absolutely loving this gun so far. Probably one of my favorite guns I've gotten in the last couple years. Really am enjoying this gun. So we're going to put a lot more tests in. We're going to put this through the Crucible, torture tests, and all of that. This could get into the rotation of a carry gun or something like that. If you're a fan of the Glock 19X, then once again, not a clone, but it has very similar features and sizes and dimensions and all of that. It does, once again, fit into a Glock 19 holster. Say what you want, think what you will. It is not officially a 19X clone, but it obviously looks and feels a lot like one. That said, it might be better than the 19X. It probably is better than the 19X. The trigger is much better. I like the weight of it, the grip, the ergonomics of it, the texture is great. Everything about this is kind of like taking the good parts of the 19X and keeping them, taking the bad parts of a 19X and obviously making them better. I think they hit a home run with this. So guys, get out to the range, be more proficient with your firearms. More importantly, take someone new out there. Make sure they're having an enjoyable, safe, and fun first experience. You never know, they could help us out one day and be allies. More importantly, if you're looking for a great firearm, check out the RX Delta X. We'll see you soon, guys. Semper Fi.